Can AI do psychotherapy? Hi everyone, my name is Maja Dobelsek. I am a resident physician in psychiatry in Switzerland at my 4th year residency, and I am also a PhD candidate at the University of St. Gallen, where I am focusing on the business innovation side of using AI in psychiatry. So I've decided to build a small AI therapist, which does nothing else as to work on your self-worth or self-esteem problem. It does that with a Socratic dialogue, and it tries to break down some of the most common dysfunctional beliefs about self-worth. And I did that with ChatGPT, the custom GPT functions. So if you don't know yet what that is, anybody can build a custom GPT, but basically you have to write a prompt which instructs ChatGPT how should they talk with the user, what is their role, what is the topic, and how should they go about building this conversation. So what I've learned by doing that is that if you are building a psychotherapy bot or AI psychotherapy agent, you really need to think really carefully about what is the structure of the conversation, what is the goal of every section of the conversation, and what is the trigger to go to the next topic, and how do you do the change from one topic to another. So I've been playing around with it, and now I can say I am quite satisfied with how it turned out. So I'm inviting you to try it out. I will put some links down into the description. I've made it available as a chat bot that you could use in Telegram or also in WhatsApp, or you can also talk to it via link. And you can see for yourself, what do you think about it? Of course, I have to say right away that it does not replace psychotherapy. It's not a medical device. It's solely a tool for learning. It's designed to learn and to teach you about some of the most common thinking mistakes that we do in regards to our self-worth. That being said, I do see value in such chatbots, and I can imagine to implement this kind of small modules that are designed to treat some of the most common dysfunctional beliefs in cognitive behavioral therapy and to implement them, for example, inside of a larger blended therapy program. If you don't know yet what blended therapy is, it's a combination of therapy that you do one-on-one together with your therapist and a mobile app that you have at home to do some homeworks in between of every session. And there was one big study that showed with depression that the remission actually occurs sooner if we do blended therapy in comparison to one-to-one therapy alone. And in Switzerland, there is one startup called ylah, who they are also researching this topic very extensively. And there are other companies, of course, that are working in Europe. For example, one big one is Mind District. They are also active in Switzerland. And this blended therapy is something where I can imagine that this kind of application of AI mini therapists could be implemented very successfully. And there is another thing that came to my mind. If we are being completely honest with ourselves, most of us have some dysfunctional beliefs, or most of us do have some thinking mistakes that we do in our everyday life and are not very positive in regards to our psychological mental health. And we could use this kind of chatbots to do prevention, because everybody could benefit from something like this. And it would, of course, be very beneficial if we could break down this kind of dysfunctional beliefs before it comes so far that we develop a mental disorder and need professional help. Because it could be so accessible, I think there could be much worth in it in this field. But then, of course, another question is going to come up, and this is: will in the future AI replace psychotherapists? And this is a very emotional and hard topic to talk about. I am not a big expert of psychotherapy that could make such predictions, but still I can imagine, well, if we just scale it up a bit, what if we don't have just 1, 2, or 3 modules, but what if we have 100 different modules for 100 different situations? What if we do diagnosis with AI as well? Can we build a system which works on its own and does psychotherapy? And of course, you could also train AI not only to do cognitive behavioral therapy, it could also do other forms of therapy. For example, through the voice function, it could lead the patient through a trauma exposition therapy in sensu. I can imagine something like that as well. So theoretically, someday in the future, if we would put in the work to describe every part and every step of psychotherapy in great detail and think of all the possible iterations and possibilities that can happen in such therapy, we would be able to write one big instruction that a computer could use to perform a fairly good psychotherapy in a more broader sense. So yes, I can imagine such a future, but I don't see it happening very soon. We are not even near to be using AI, large language models in psychotherapy from all different kinds of reasons, which I can talk about in another video. But nonetheless, I think it's really interesting. You should try it out for yourself, and I would love to hear from you what you think about it. For the end, I must say that this is not private. All of the conversations that you will be doing with the chatbot, I will be able to read. So if you don't want me to know who you are, don't write your real name. And but I am not able to see who is engaging in conversation with this chatbot. I don't see your address or your location or anything like this. Yes, so but that would be it for now. I would love to hear what you think, and I wish you a lot of fun playing around with the AI therapist, and I wish you good self-esteem in the future. Bye.